Kendall! Ben is going to ask me on a date and I need your help. Can you stop texting or whatever you're doing?
What?
I need your help. I think Ben is going to ask me on a date.
Oh my god, I have a date tomorrow. Ooh, I might wear a floral dress, but I'm not really sure. What do you think I should wear?
Pause. We need to talk about this. Hey guys, we are back again this week with a little more advice. You all asked us about friendship breakups, and let me tell you, they happen. They have to happen. It is okay. Not everybody's gonna get along.
It's a part of growing up in life and to be able to deal with situations like this.
Right. We've both been through friendship breakups, so we're gonna give you some advice about it. Your first instinct is to probably just
Run away!
yeah, shut down and not deal with it. You kind of have to deal with it.
Yeah.
So first of all, here are some signs that shows you probably need to have a BFF breakup.
So sign number 1, if you start to have different friends and you start hanging out with different crowds and have different groups of friends, that might be the sign that you guys are growing apart and it might be time to move on. This happened to me. I've had experience with friends once I graduated college and they graduated college as well. I was ready to move on with my life and to start hitting my dreams and my goals of what I wanted to pursue in life, and they were still stuck in college and talking about their sororities and their friends in college and the memories they made in college and not necessarily wanting to like start the new chapter of our life. And honestly, at that point when you can't relate to someone anymore and they're still stuck in that place when you're not, it's hard to relate to those people, and sometimes it's time to move on. You can still be their friend and you can still hang out with them once in a while and things like that, but maybe it's time to just like start pursuing yourself. Sometimes they might not necessarily be a bad person, but you just end up growing up faster than they do and they're still stuck in the same spot and you end up maturing faster. That's the only way I can put it.
Sign number 2, maybe this person did something that bothered you a little bit, maybe they annoyed you in some way, or maybe they did something even worse behind your back. It's always best to confront the situation and talk to them about it, because maybe there's a misunderstanding and maybe this is all happening for no reason, which would be great to figure out.
Totally.
Communication is key, and it is really hard, but you gotta do it, and we'll talk more about that later.
Sign number 3, maybe they're just not a good friend anymore.
Sometimes people can just not be good friends, and relationships can turn toxic. Friendships are a two-way street. If they're not respecting you and your stories and you're putting 100% of your effort into them, then ciao.
Bye-bye. For example, if you're trying to tell a story and you're really concerned or you're really sad, or even if it's a happy story, whatever it is, and they're on their phone the whole time and not listening to you, that's a sign that they're not being a good friend because they're not caring. Or if you're telling a story and they're not interested at all in how you feel about it and they're just trying to one-up your story and they don't let you finish and they cut you off, that's another sign that they're not being a good friend. It's about respect. All friendships, relationships, everything in life I feel like is about respecting other people and treating others the way you want to be treated. So if they're not doing that, then you're just gonna end up being unhappy and you need to find other people that will be there for you. So
after you've identified that it is time for a friendship breakup, here is how to go about it.
So, when you're going through a friendship breakup, it is better to handle the situation than it is to run away from the situation, because no matter what, it'll always catch up to you. Hey, what's going on? The Bachelorette's on.
Nothing. Nothing at all. Just absolutely nothing I need to talk about. I'm gonna go brush my hair. So you definitely need to start a conversation with the person that you're trying to have a BFF breakup with. You need to let them know how you're feeling, point blank. It's gonna be really hard to say this, but promise you, as soon as you do, you will feel so much better to have it out in the open. A nice way to handle this is to tell them that you're not mad at them. You know, start off with peaceful talk. Yes, you're not mad, but you've grown apart. Maybe you can go into the specific reasons why you've grown apart. Let them know what's happening. For example, if Kendall was talking over me, I would say, I would confront her.
I'm just kidding.
I would confront her and say, I'm not mad at you, but I've been feeling lately that I've been getting talked over and I'm not being listened to. Then maybe Kendall would say, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I had no idea. And we could keep being friends, and you know, maybe she would work on herself.
Totally.
And that would be great because you'd be helping her.
Totally.
And you would be helping your friendship flourish.
Exactly.
If Kendall worked on herself, that's great.
Yeah.
If she doesn't though, the rest of the conversation needs to happen. Let's say we've had this beginning of the conversation, Kendall says, oh my gosh, I had no idea. And then
it's squashed.
It's squashed until she starts doing it again. So you gave her that chance and now it's really time to end it. Hey Kendall, can we talk about something?
Sure.
So this is really hard for me to say, so thank you for listening. I feel like when I've come to you to talk recently, you have kind of been ignoring me, and whenever I have something important to tell you, you just talk about yourself.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think you're just being highly sensitive.
Well, this is how I feel, and it's been hurting my feelings, it's been on my mind. I would appreciate it if you could respect how I'm feeling and maybe think about how it feels on my side. And if you can't respect that, then I think we should stop being friends.
You're gonna end our friendship over this one thing?
Yep.
Alright. I don't know. I think that you're still being sensitive, but you'll come around.
Okay. Thanks for the talk. That is one of the hardest things to do.
Totally.
Is to tell someone you don't want to be their friend anymore, because no one wants to hear that.
No, or say it.
It gets to the point sometimes where you have to because it's not healthy for you to deal with that kind of thing anymore. It's too much stress and you really need to focus on yourself and take care of yourself sometimes. Totally. If it gets to that point, please let them know. If you're afraid of losing the only friend you have, there will be other friends.
Always.
Go see our last advice video. We give some great tips on how to make new friends.
Hey. Honestly, for me, the overthinking of it and walking up to the actual person saying like, I don't want to be your friend anymore is gonna be the hardest thing you'll ever have to say to someone. Your hands might be sweating. Mine are sweating right now, actually, just thinking about it. Your heart will be pounding. Like, it's gonna be really, really hard, but once you do it, it's almost like a sigh of relief because your shoulders go down. You feel like you got like a weight lifted off your shoulders. You're gonna feel better. Even if you're gonna feel sad, you might cry for sure. It's true to how you feel, it's honest, and you're being upfront with that person. You know it's for the right reason, so in the long run, it will be better off.
The best part about being honest and communicating like this is that it is the mature way to handle the situation. Totally. And if you're mature about it, pretty likely that the other person is gonna be mature about it too.
Definitely.
And if they're not, then good.
Good
you don't want to be
riddance.
friends with them anyway.
I do think people tend to go off of how you are, so if you're starting to yell at someone and attack them, they're going to attack you back. But if you're nice and gentle with them, they tend to have a more gentle response. Another tip I have for you guys is go directly to the person first. Don't talk to their friends. Don't talk to your friends about it because then they talk. The telephone thing starts to happen and then it's just not a good feeling when other people are taking sides and they might take your friend's side over your side and then you end up splitting more friendships apart than just you and that one person as well.
And if you don't handle it in the mature way, it is just gonna be drama. You don't want that. You don't need any more of that in your life. You don't need any more stress. You handle it openly and honestly, you're gonna feel so much better. Drama free.
Woo! Another thing I have to say is definitely try to do this in person, not over texting, because texting, everything can be manipulated. When you use a certain smiley face, it can be taken the wrong way, or a certain emoji. So I think by doing it in person, you see their facial expressions, their nonverbal expressions versus their verbal expressions. It just works so much better because you're face to face. There's nowhere you can go. You just have to talk.
You have to talk it out.
Yeah.
So, in summary, first, identify if you have a bad friend on your hands. And if you do, confront them.
Definitely.
Be honest and open. Maybe you can resolve it, maybe you can't. But either way, being open and honest and talking about it is gonna make you feel so much better.
So much.
Question for you guys. Have you had a BFF breakup? How did it go? Are you going through one currently? Are you gonna be able to use our advice?
Hey.
If it's helpful to you at all, please let us know. Please share it with your friends. That's all so great for us and we love to be able to help you.
It makes us feel good that you guys come to us for advice, and the fact that we can give you advice makes us feel good.
It's nice to be able to go through these things with you guys.
Go through it together.
So let us know down below too if you have any other questions for us.
Yeah.
We've been through all of it. Hit us with it.
Yeah, we're ready.
Oh yeah, bye.
I think that you're still being sensitive, but you'll come around.
I won't.